What's good, YouTube? We back for another continuation of breakdowns for this weekend's fights. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. For this one, we gonna do a couple. Fuck it, we gonna just do one. I want to separate that other fight.
Alright.
Yeah, we gonna separate that other one, but this one is also gonna be on the undercard of the James DeGale Badou Jack fight, which is the main event this weekend. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link up on this particular video. You can listen to us break that shit down, kind of getting a little bit of an argument. Watch how I pretty much, beasted Cess's assessment.
Hey, nah.
Hell nah, but no doubt. One thing I want to mention that I left out is that Badou Jack will not be with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad for this fight. He's with former WBA light heavyweight champion Lou Del Valle. If you don't remember who Lou Del Valle is, Roy Jones Jr. fucked him up. At the same time, he was fucking his sister.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
That was a rumor that went around before the fight. Roy Jones was fucking with his sister, so Lou Del Valle kind of went in that fight like, yeah, fuck this nigga, and it didn't work out. But anyway, like my man said, Seth said, Badou Jack's been getting some good work with Lou Del Valle, so it may not be too much of a big deal, but I'm curious to see how he looks in that fight without his normal trainer. It's the biggest fight of his life. Moving on. We will do Gervonta Davis versus Jose Pedraza, who is the reigning IBF champion at 130 pounds. Now, Gervonta Davis, man, he's 5'6". He has a 69-inch reach. He's 16-0 with 15 knockouts. He only had one fight go to decision. But here's the kicker. He ain't fought nobody.
No.
This is his first real test, a title shot. Okay?
Yep.
Now, he did beat an old-ass, aging, washed up, you know what I'm saying? Nigga got anthrax and shit. Them old ass niggas got white feet and shit, cause and yellow toenails. He beat Cristobal Cruz, is who I'm talking about, who was a former world titleist. He beat him back in October of 2015. But that's not really a big step up. I mean, niggas was running through Cristobal Cruz at that time. Nigga had like 8 straight losses or some shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't really matter. But Jose Pedraza, he's 5'8.5" with a 70.5-inch reach, man. So he's boasting a 1.5-inch reach advantage and a 2.5-inch height advantage. Man, it's all in his fucking hands.
Yep.
22-0 with 12 knockouts. If you don't know who he is the guy who knocked out Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer is a rising motherfucker right now. Very slick, very good fighter. But Jose Pedraza got him out of there in, I think, 6 or 8 rounds. But that was back when, as Tevin Farmer put it, he wasn't really too serious about the sport. And I'm inclined to believe him because this motherfucker has turned over a new leaf compared to how he looked against Pedraza and compared to how he looked against Ivan Redcock. Two different fucking fighters. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to my man Sess. I'm going to see what he got for me, man. Who you got winning this fight, fam?
Man, hold on. My bad. Before I get in on that, let me get the fans a little bit. Give them a little bit of a backdrop on both guys.
No doubt.
First off, Tank Davis, and just want to read this off for you guys because, we always do the research for you guys, so y'all don't have to go and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even though Tank has 16 fights, 16-0, 15 knockouts, all fine and dandy, he also has, as an amateur, he's 206.
Oh, shit.
Only 15 losses.
Damn, he was fucking cats up.
Hey, he's getting him out of there.
Damn.
So you got that as an amateur record. He's also a 2012 National Golden Gloves champion. He's a 3-time straight National Silver Gloves champion.
Damn.
He's two-time Junior Olympic. He has 2 Junior Olympic gold medals, He has 2 ringside world championships.
Okay.
So, Tank Davis as an amateur was
Hey.
absolutely no joke.
He ain't no slouch.
You know,
No slouch.
and I think that's the reason why, coupled with the level of competition he fought that he's faced so far, that's why he's able to get these guys out of there so fast.
Word.
You know, and in such an electrifying fashion. You know, he's able to just knock these guys out and kind of make them look a little silly, you know, while he's doing it. Now, Jose Pedraza, on the other hand, another guy who, like you said, as a professional, he's 22-0, no losses, 12 knockouts. His amateur record, 160 with only 16 losses.
Yeah,
another very decorated amateur. He's a 2012, I believe he won the gold medal in the 2012 Central American and Caribbean Games. He won a 2008 Copa Romana tournament, and he's a silver medalist in 2009 in the World Championships in Italy.
Okay.
So, like a very, very, very decorated amateurs here. And I think what makes the fight even more compelling is the fact that neither guy knows how to lose at this point in their careers. They've both been very successful.
I'm glad you went over that, because a lot of people are like, Gervonta Davis he's going into this fight, it's too fast for him. And they feel that Pedraza, even though he's champion, he kind of got his way to champion a little too soon. He's like a green champion. While I do agree with both those assessments, this actually sheds light on the fact that these guys are actually decorated fighters and they know what they're doing in the ring.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Both of these guys have very, very, very good experience, man. I think anybody that has 200 amateur fights or even close to 200 amateur fights has got some really good experience under their belt. And so far, their transition to the pros has looked very, very good. You've got, like you mentioned earlier, Jose Pedraza beating Tevin Farmer. He beat Steven Smith. He holds a win over Edna Cherry as well.
Does he really?
Even though I was just going to say, even though I didn't really like that performance.
Yeah.
But, like I said, that's what makes this fight so compelling is neither one of these guys knows how to lose. And I think that they're both going to fight their asses off in this fight. But you guys, just a little bit of a breakdown. You've got the hand speed, the footwork, and the defensive skill, and the power, all on the side of Gervonta Tank Davis. You've got Jose Pedraza, who to me is he doesn't have the hand speed. I do think he has power that will eventually get you out of there if he hits you right. Okay. Not a very, very, very. I don't think he's as defensive as Tank Davis, and he doesn't have the feet that Tank has. The one thing about Jose Pedraza is I do believe he can switch. I think he can go from right-handed to left-handed.
He's not guys. He's naturally an orthodox, but he's not guys out in the southpaw stance.
Exactly. So that's what kind of goes to the point that I made earlier. I do think he has the type of power that can get you out of there. You know, if I were Jose Pedraza, this is what I would do. I wouldn't play any games with Tank. I would not try to box him from the outside. He's just too fast.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. I think he's a little bit too fast. If I'm Jose Pedraza, I stay on top of him. And I make him move. But as I'm staying on top of him, of course, I'm putting a jab in his face and I'm throwing punches to the body. So far, I think Tank has a slight problem going past 6 rounds. I don't think he's been past 6 rounds in maybe 3 fights. You know, out of all those 16 fights that he has, he's been getting everybody out of there. You know, so I believe he does have some stamina issues. I think that he tends to get tired, and when he starts to get tired, you mentioned it in a video earlier too, okay? He's one of those guys that when he gets tired, he just starts using his feet, and he'll let you swing at him, but because he's pretty defensive, he'll keep moving. He'll let you swing, and then he'll try to pop you with an uppercut in between that, or he'll try to put you on the ropes and bang you with an uppercut or throw it straight. So that's why I said, if I'm Jose Pedraza, I'm forcing him to work. I'm keeping my hands up, and I'm putting money in the bank with those body shots.
Okay.
That's where I want it. I want that body. I don't want to fuck the head right now because I don't know how well he can take a punch at this point of his career because he hasn't really been hit anybody. Now, I don't disagree. I mean, I wouldn't look down on it if Pedraza tested that chin. I just think when you've got a guy that defensive, it's going to be harder to get to the chin. And I always say this, the body don't move. You got to put money in the bank. Press his ass up against the ropes. If he wants to stand in the middle of the ring, then everything is going to be predicated to the body. I'm going to shoot that jab up top, but I'm going to rip body shots. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'll come back up. I think Tank Davis is another one of those fighters, and I've always said this. I always say this. With defensive guys, you do not work, for all the young fighters that watch this channel, you don't work from top to bottom. They're too defensive, and you're going to have a hard time hitting these guys. With these type of fighters, you work from bottom to top, okay? You have to work your way up. Especially guys that like to move. You got to work your way up. Now, with Tank, all Tank really has to do is just be himself. Be quick, be fast, be in and out. Put hard shots on Pedraza where you can put hard shots. If you ask me, I think that Tank throws is hard because I think he's kind of a flashy fighter. He likes to really get guys out of there. But one of the things that I've seen with him, and I don't believe he's going to be able to correct it right now, he does not have a very well-established jab. That was one of the knocks. That was one of the knocks that I had on him in his last fight. He doesn't have a well-established jab. And if you go back to I believe it was the last fight he had on PBC. I can't remember the opponent's name, but the guy actually started fighting him back at a particular point, or it might have been the fight before the last fight, where I know they had a female referee in this fight, whichever one that was. This particular opponent started fighting him back in some of the rounds, and he was doing some good work. He just, was devoid of punching power, and he wasn't as skilled as Davis. So, Davis did what he did.
Right.
But that would be my strategy. I don't think it's a very good idea. And me and you may slightly disagree on this point, 2K. I don't think it's a very good idea to box a guy like Tank Davis, only because the speed deficit is, is so wide, and the power. Right now, it does look like Tank's power is legit. If I'm Pedraza, I want to smother that. I want to get on top of that, and I want to actually force him into a dogfight. The one thing that I can say with guys like Tank Davis, since they want to call him the next Floyd Mayweather, and I'm not shitting on Tank at all. But oh my God, that's all I've been hearing. That's all I've been hearing. He's the next Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd is even running with that, or the money team is even running with that. The one thing that I know about Davis and guys like Adrian Broner and fighters alike, they hate to be in dogfights. Okay, I'll give Broner his credit. If you force him in a dogfight, he can be a dog, but you just have to, go back and look at what Maidana did to him. Maidana didn't necessarily force him to be in a dogfight. Maidana disrespected him the whole fight. Tank Davis is another one of those guys. You have to disrespect him because physically he has a lot of the attributes on his side. Mentally is where it starts when you're trying to defeat somebody like Davis. You have to get into his psyche. You have to do things that other guys haven't done to him.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make him come out of himself a little bit, and you got to make him start second guessing what he's used to first guessing.
Yeah.
You know, he's used to just being able to pop, you know, get off and then either move or pop, let his hands go and then move, you know, and have you chase him, you know, and that's a comfortable fight for him. So that's what Pedraza has to do. He has to make Davis very, very, very uncomfortable. I do believe, and I'm going to pass it over to you, 2K, right now. I do believe that at Tank's age and where he is right now, I don't think he's comfortable everywhere in the ring just yet.
I agree.
He has 200, you know, over 200 amateur fights, and that's all fine and dandy, and his transition has looked very good so far. But I don't think he's comfortable everywhere in the ring. Pedraza is the champion, and he has to come in there with that mindset. And I believe he's 6 years older. I think he's 27, Tank is 20, or he's 4 years older. He's 27, Tank is 20, you know, 21, somewhere around there. So he has to come in there and demand respect, you know, or take respect from the young buck. So that's how I see it going.
Who you got winning the fight?
With everything I just said, I'm going to say that, man, damn, 2K, you put me on the spot, man. You should have broke it down first. Man,
Shit.
you know what? I'm going to go ahead on and say Tank Davis.
Okay.
I think Tank Davis can definitely get him. I hated the Pedraza Cherry fight.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. So I think Tank can get it right now. I just think there's a little bit too much that he can do to Pedraza. And I don't think Pedraza's going to have the game plan that I broke down.
Well, he's not smart enough.
Yeah.
You know, this is how you know this show's not scripted, because midway into your breakdown, you had said, I don't think Pedraza should box Gervonta from the outside, and I publicly on the show disagreed.
Yeah.
After your assessment, I agree with you, actually, because
Oh, shit.
yeah, because Pedraza, he's a bit too slow with his movements, fam.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
he has average hand speed. It's not fast and it's not slow.
Mm-hmm.
But his footwork, while it's good,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit slow.
Yeah.
His upper body movement, while it's good,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tad slow when we're talking
Yeah.
about fighting very fast and quick-handed fighters like a Gervonta Davis.
There you go.
So I really believe that for Jose Pedraza to win, first things first, do not go on your fucking back foot. I can't stand it when he does that shit, fam.
No. He gets stopped if he does that.
That's what I said. That's what I said on the Movement podcast. He might get fucking stopped if he's doing that back foot shit that he did against Edner Cherry and that he did against Stephen Smith. For some reason, guys like Jose Pedraza and Amir Khan, they cannot fight on their back foot, but they elect to be on their back foot for whatever fucking reason. Okay?
Yep.
Against Edner Cherry applied the pressure. Motherfucker threw over 900 punches in that fight, fam. Threw over 900 punches in that fight. Applied relentless pressure and kept him on his back foot, and he won the fight. Edner Cherry has never been a world champion. He's had numerous shots at it and lost all of them, including this one. This was actually his chance. We should be looking at Gervonta Davis versus Edner Cherry right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Against Stephen Smith. He was beating the shit out of Stephen Smith. It was an easy fucking game plan because Stephen Smith is not an elite fighter. He's not, and Pedraza's not an elite fighter either, but Stephen Smith isn't on Pedraza's level in terms of boxing ability, right? Stephen Smith is a great local or regional fighter. He's from the UK. He's good in the UK. When you bring him over to the States or you have him fighting somebody who is above average in the States, he loses to that guy. There's a clear talent gap. But even so, Pedraza went on his back foot and Steven Smith started using his jab. And when he used his jab, he landed with it because Pedraza has absolutely no defense on his back foot. He even gets caught on the ropes, fam. And he does this shit when he tries to counter you off his back foot. And even when he does, the punch has no leverage. You know what I'm saying? It probably feels like my daughter punching me in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when Steven Smith saw that, he would get hit with the counter, but he kept coming forward and said, oh, he's a one-punch type of fighter when he's on his back foot. Let me apply this pressure then. And that's when Steven Smith started winning rounds, fam. Like, this should have been probably a 120 or 108 type of fight for Jose Pedraza. But instead, Steven Smith won like 3 or 4 fucking rounds off of that shit. Okay? And that goes into his IQ. He's not a very smart fighter. If he does that back foot shit and elects to counter, becomes a one-punch fighter, the fact that he has no leverage on those punches, when he's on his back foot, Davis just gonna keep coming forward. He's gonna walk right through that shit. And possibly, like my man Sasha said, probably knock him the fuck out, especially if he has him against the ropes, because that's where Davis loves to get his opponent up against the ropes. That's when Davis turns into goes from a boxer puncher into an all-out fucking slugger. This nigga will even eat punches to get you the fuck out of there if your back is up against the ropes. That goes into the fight you were talking about with the female referee. He was eating punches because the dude's back was against the fucking ropes. Now the dude was returning fire, but Davis said, I don't give a fuck, hit me, nigga, but you gonna take these fucking hands though. You gonna take this left hand. You feel me? So that is exactly why, by any fucking means, Pedraza needs to stay off his back foot. Let me add to that and also say he needs to keep the fight in the center of the ring. Don't try to move away from this nigga. Keep about mid-range distance. Utilize your 1.5-inch reach advantage. Get full extension on your punches. Mid-range to about a little more than mid-range distance. Tee off on Gervonta Davis, because Davis, I disagree with one thing you said is Davis has better footwork. Maybe he does, but in fights that I'm watching him, he doesn't utilize it. Davis can be a plotter at times.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
He could be a plotter, and while he's plotting, he's in this stance. He's just like this, but he's plotting. Kind of reminds me of what Adrian Broner does, actually, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, if he's going to do that, well, then shit, Pedraza, stay at mid-range distance or a little more distance, right? Tee off on him with all of your reach and turn him. Just keep turning the motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Make it to where Gervonta Davis gets, how do I say, desperate. He's realizing he's getting hit with shots. The little shoulder roll and the little bit of movement that he does with his head. He'll do this shit. He'll do this. He does this a lot. Tries to catch it here with one hand, dog. Hell no. Jab the shit out that nigga. Feint. Feint, nigga, feint.
Hey,
come with the straight right on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But keep the fight in the middle of the ring. That will make him desperate because he's starting to lose rounds. Another thing. While Gervonta Davis has gone 9 rounds before in his career, he still gets gassed. And I think you talked about that. He still gets gassed. When he gets gassed, he gets desperate. That's when he turns into a slugger. He's no longer becoming the boxer puncher using his IQ. He becomes the slugger. And he's like, I got to get this motherfucker out of here because I'm getting tired. You know what I'm saying? If that were to happen, man, that plays 100% in Jose Pedraza's hands, because when he becomes a slugger, he becomes sloppy. When he becomes sloppy, that gives what's his name, Jose Pedraza, the opportunity to counter him while he's coming forward. So for him to win this fight, keep the fight in the middle of the ring, stay off your back foot, use combination punching from mid-range to a little bit further distance, and turn him. And when he gets tired, keep the jab in his face. Keep him on the end of his punches. That's how Pedraza wins this fight. Davis, I just said it. Keep Pedraza on his back foot. Make it to where that motherfucker is like, oh shit, I gotta move back. Cut the ring off on this nigga. When he tries to turn, move with him. Or try to anticipate when he's about to turn you, okay? and move with him. That will fuck up his rhythm. That will fuck up his foot placement. He'll actually be off balance. That's the one thing that a lot of niggas don't know about foot placement, dog. If a nigga's turning you, or if a nigga's moving laterally, and you move with him, you don't follow him. You move laterally with him and stay in front of him, right? Because when a guy's moving laterally, if he's turning, he's trying to get away from you and give you an angle to where he can get an advantage, correct? So if you don't allow that angle, right, you stay in front of him, that fucks up his placement, fucks up his foot placement, it fucks up his positioning. He can't get the punches off that he wants to get off. So that's what Davis needs to do if Jose Pedraza is smart enough to keep the fight in the center of the ring.
Yep.
I don't think he will.
Damn. Okay.
I think Davis will hit Pedraza with a few of them left hands, fam. That nigga can throw his left hand. He's a southpaw, by the way. He could throw his left hand any kind of way, and it has the same amount of power on it, dog.
Yep.
I've seen this nigga came in with a hook. He came in with a hook like this, right at the end, just knocked the nigga clean out, B. Damn, nigga. Like, that type of technical ability on punch placement and the ability to throw a punch, you can't get hit flush by that nigga, man. And I think Jose Pedraza's defense is not good enough. And like I said earlier, he's a bit slow in his movements to evade a flush left hand from Gervonta Davis. I don't think he knocks Pedraza out. I think it can happen. I think it can happen. I don't think he knocks him out though. I think Gervonta Davis. We'll see. This is what we're gonna see. We're gonna see situations where Pedraza gets hit, and we're like, ooh, shit. Ooh. We're gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think Davis will fuck around and almost stop Pedraza late in the fight, but end up winning a unanimous decision. That's what I feel will happen.
Okay.
Pedraza can easily win this fight. It's an easy game. It's not an easy game plan, but it's something that if executed properly, he could walk away with this fight. Pedraza can.
Oh, yeah.
But he has to do it. And I don't think fighters get smart overnight, fam. So
no, I don't think so either.
Maybe he learned something in the Edner Cherry fight and the Stephen Smith fight about being on his back foot, about being able to handle pressure. I just don't think so, fam. So I got Gervonta Davis by unanimous decision, man.
I'm with you. My bad, 2K. Sure. I don't think I said how I thought Tank would win. I think I just picked him. I do believe, though, Tank has to stop him.
Okay.
I think so. I think if it goes 12, he runs the risk of gassing out.
Okay.
And I think he'll need to stop Pedraza because I don't believe with the power Tank has, I don't think you're gonna beat a guy for 12 rounds and not get him out of there.
Okay.
So
I say
that to say if it does look like it's gonna go 12, I think it's gonna have to somewhat be competitive, and I believe Pedraza stands a better chance at a 12-round fight. But I definitely see everything that you're saying. I just think Tank has to get him out of there to solidify the win 100%.
Yeah.
You know, and not show any real vulnerabilities. But it should be an excellent fight, though. Definitely.
He's gonna show vulnerabilities. One thing I do want to touch on about Power. Remember, he's got a transfer, fam. He hasn't fought anybody. He did, like I said, Cristobal Cruz, but he was washed up by the time he got in the ring with Gervonta Davis. So while I don't think Jose Pedraza is an elite fighter, his resume is way better than Gervonta Davis. He's seen guys that we probably should be seeing Gervonta Davis against instead of being in his title fight, right?
Yep.
So I don't know, man. I think you're right. Knocking him out would be the ideal way, but I just think he will overwhelm him and hit him with the cleaner and harder shots. and that's going to play in the judges' hands. Plus, he's a TMT fighter. I think that's going to play in the judges' hands as well. Jose Pedraza, I think, will either have to thoroughly dominate Gervonta Davis, and I don't think he has the IQ to do that because he couldn't even dominate Edner Cherry, or he has to knock Gervonta Davis out. If this fight is a close fight, it's definitely going to Gervonta Davis, fam, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
All right, YouTube, we're going to conclude this video right here. Do what you do in the comment section. Be real. Let us know what you think about this fight and who you got winning. This is Real Talk for real fans. 1.